Okay, so here's a quick peek of that harness that I got with the engine. Kind of starts up here, I guess, at the battery. So you get your positive, you get your negative. That runs into this guy, and then up into our main fuse panel, I guess, here under the hood fuse panel. And that's our ECU. Kind of comes up through here. I think that's at the back of the engine. And that stuff there is all transmission, I believe. Pretty sure that came off the transmission there. As did this guy. That, I believe, is O2 sensor. I don't know. This here wrapped under the engine. It went back to the starter. I think that starter, I think this guy was the oil sending unit, maybe, and this is for the, that's for the crank sensor behind the starter. Let's move on to the engine. So I got it kind of cleaned up. I just kind of went and scraped it down. I haven't taken these off yet, and I'm not too sure the best way to go about this either. Maybe hit it with some looby dooby and get her kind of loosened up like pudding wood. You know, hit her with some PB Blaster or WD-40 or Croil, whatever. You know, just hit it with something. Anything's better than nothing. I went up top here. This was pretty crusty and dirty and leaves and sand and dirt. So I kind of knocked off the loose stuff that I could, hit it with a scraper, and I'm ready to clean this now, I think. I don't want to get too carried away up here, you know, because of the intakes. I don't want to fill those up. So probably going to do most of that by hand. The rest of it, however, I do want to get carried away with and get it cleaned up. I'll hose it down, you know me, hit the old dollar store, and we'll do our engine wash right here in the back alley. Neighbors will appreciate that, I'm sure. So yeah, let me get you guys set up on a tripod or something, and I'm gonna get this thing hosed down. Okay, so I got her all hosed down with like easy off oven cleaner. You can see her bubbling away there. You know, this stuff's like that Frank's Red Hot sauce to me. I put it on everything. Anyway, you can see she's working away. She's cleaning that up pretty good. Loosen her right up. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with the pressure washer now and see if we can get this thing cleaned up a little bit. Okay, hang tight. I'll bring you in for a closer look. I'd say I won round one goes to me. We still need to clean up a bit more. But I think I'll loosen some of that up first, and I'll hit it with some more. But I'm pretty happy. You know, this is a lot easier to work on now that it's clean, right? Okay, I'm gonna try and clean it a little bit. So I hit it with another round of the oven cleaner and got her all kind of hosed down and brushed down, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. Pretty happy with it. You know, we're not doing a restoration on this engine. We just want to clean her up before we put it in. In case you're wondering about the oil pan, I don't plan on reusing this oil pan. I'm going to swap it out. I have another one in the house, and we'll go through that as well. But maybe I'll get down here and clean that up a little bit and put some paint on there. But as far as the aluminum heads, they came out pretty clean. That side came out pretty clean. Our intake came out just hunky-dory. And we even cleaned up our ECM. And our colors on that are going to be blue and green. I think that refers to colors on these guys here. So yeah, so anyway, that's where we're at. And there's that mess. We'll get it sorted. Right, wife?
Right.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have some lunch and we'll get back at her. So there is some things that I found strange about this. I'm used to a small block Chevy. You got this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, this bolt. Wait a minute, what? Yeah, nothing there. That really surprised me. Like there's nothing there, period. There's no hole. We spent some time fishing, looking for that one too. I think we ended up taking something off here. I'm not too sure. At any rate, that was one thing I found. Another thing was these motor mounts. So I don't know, maybe depending on application you can get these bolts. They're just 15 mil, pretty straightforward. I ended up coming down and getting 3 this way. Bam, bam, bam. I don't know which is the best way, but where I was and everything that was here, so I had AC on here and then starter back here and then transmission. It wasn't easy for me to get at this. Looking at it now, I'm like, wow, maybe I should have dropped the AC. That would have gave me these two, and then if I dropped the starter, I could have probably got those two. And these came off real simple, real easy, whereas the 3 on each side didn't. This side, I think these two were pretty easy to access, but this, because it came out of a 4x4 truck, I had a rear diff and everything here. I don't think I had good access to that. So again, I took the 3 off the motor mount and then popped her out that way. I think that was the best way. Before I cleaned her up, I did remove the air conditioning. It is on its own belt, which is kind of nice, so that everything on the serpentine system just stays. I obviously don't have power steering yet. I do have a bracket and a power steering box I can throw on, so I probably will. What else can I tell you? I don't know. Is there anything else to show you here? Really, at the end of the day, it comes down to those motor mounts. No, that doesn't go there. It comes down to those motor mounts and then these bolts here, and the whole thing will come out right. And then your wiring and your fuel lines. You can see here I cut this one. I'll probably end up just tying into that there. Where does that other fuel line come off of? The return. I don't know. Do you guys know? Got to be here somewhere. I don't know what that is. I think there was a fuel line. No, it can't come off there, can it? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out though. This is it regulated one? Maybe. Maybe there's just one fuel line coming in. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, that's what we got. Got underneath here and cleaned it all up, of course. I took my computer, the ECM, is that what they call that? I think so. I got that cleaned up. So I'm gonna have to get somebody to reprogram that, or what do they call that? Flashing it, I think. I don't know. Upgrade it to Windows 95. Windows 95. It's probably not that new anymore, but anyway, there we got her. That's what we got right now. It's not perfectly clean. In fact, I think I'll go back and try and clean this intake a little better. Not even sure I'm going to end up using this intake, but I don't know where that goes. You know where that goes? It is. I think that's supposed to be up. Anyway, that's where we're at. I'd like to get it in there rather quickly. Let's see what happens.